Hello. Keith.
Yes, it's me, Keith. So how are you?
Very fine. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for giving me your time today, and real pleasure to meet you, Tekka.
Thank you. No problem.
So how was your day so far?
Uh, so far so good.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, Tekka, your 19th studio album, Coming Back Alive, was out on Feb 7th. So would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and production that goes behind this new album?
Okay. You know, explaining these things in English is kind of a tough task for me because I'm a Japanese. I'm still working on my English. But okay, let me try. We recorded these songs back in 2023,
Yeah.
and just we were about to start, something happened, and that was a fire. Me and Maori. Maori is my wife and also bass player from a band in my band, and we were living in a apartment, and in that building, apartment building, there was a fire. It was a Sunday morning. A fire happened, and policemen came and shouting, and when we woke up, smoke and fire around, and we literally ran through the fire. It was like a movie. It was like some kind of movie, and we ran for our lives, and so basically we lost home, we lost a place to live, uh, and after that we asked for help from our friends, mainly Christian friends and some churches, and basically in Japan churches are really small, and many of them they don't even have a church building unless they are old church. So we were guided to a certain church where they had a bigger building, and that church was called Asao Christ Church, and that's where we lived for 6 months. 6 months we lived in that church, and that's where we recorded our albums, those songs. Except for drum tracks. Drum tracks we used some other rehearsal room nearby, but singing and guitars, basses. So for those tracks we recorded at the church back in 2023, and we received so much support from our fans because when we reported what happened on our social media page, our fans they helped us so much, like sending money on PayPal and Bandcamp, buying things on Bandcamp and everything, and that helped us a lot. And so, thanks to their help, we could go on. We could go on, and we could keep playing music and made make this album. And so, yeah. So back in 2003, I mean 2023,
Yeah.
back in 2023. So from June to December, we recorded songs, and after that, 2024, January to maybe like May, we worked on mixing and mastering and stuff and fixing stuff, fixing here and there, and yeah, and after that we did some tours,
Mm.
played so many concerts, and now we're here, finally releasing the album,
Yeah.
and yeah, and we are so happy and thankful.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Mm.
And would you like to tell me the work behind the making of the cover art of this album and the story behind the cover art?
You mean artwork?
Artwork, yes.
Yeah, obviously, it was based on the fact, it was based on what happened. Like the fire happened, and we survived the fire. And yeah, so thanks to God's grace, we survived the fire, and kept, we kept playing music, and so this album is called Coming Back Alive,
Yeah.
and uh, and the funny thing is we had this title even before the fire, uh, and that was like coming back from faraway place,
Yeah.
because our previous album Nabeshima was musically complex. It was a very diverse, musically diverse and really progressive album, and it had a influence from Japanese traditional music. So it was kind of difficult to understand. We are proud, we are proud of it, but some people told me maybe it's a little difficult to understand. Uh, and we were singing both in Japanese and English. So it's a multicultural album, and it was maybe too progressive for some people. So this time we came back to our, early style, so to speak, and we decided to do something straightforward and something easier to understand. And so like coming back to our roots, coming back to old style, and also this means coming back from the dead, like resurrection, and that's a really, really important message of Christianity. So as you can see, we are a Christian metal band, so so we thought it was cool to think about resurrection and coming back to life, coming back from the dead, and that means we overcome death. This human body, physical body, has a limit. We all die, but after that, we resurrection, and our heart, soul, maybe our soul will live on like forever in love. So we have a song called Love Resurrection, and it's all about love and eternity and resurrection, that kind of message. Like love goes on forever, music goes on forever, this kind of spiritual positive message. We try to we try to tell in every song.
Mm.
So that song is called "Coming Back Alive." But because of this fire incident, now it has a whole new meaning because we literally, me and uh, Mary is my wife and our bassist. Me and Mary literally survived the fire and coming back alive from the fire. So now it has a whole meaning. And this artwork, you know, three of us standing in front of the huge fire thing is based on this experiment, based on this experience, and based on this this theme, this idea of coming back from the dead.
Mhm.
Mm.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Mm.
beautiful. And speaking on the album, 12 amazing songs, beautifully written songs, like has a whole new meaning to each and every song in this album. And had a pleasure to listen to some of these songs and really loved each and every song from this album. So thank you so much for putting up an amazing album this year. And as a creator of the music, how do you guys feel about the outcome of this new album?
Yeah. You know, this album, we put our focus on it's like homage to 1980s hard rock. Uh, in short, we try to sound like Van Halen in 1980s. We are. I'm a huge fan of Van Halen, and especially for this album, we try to recreate this classic 1980s hard rock or hair metal or pop metal or whatever you call it. We try to recreate that vibe, and we try to avoid all those digital editing. Modern music production is all about editing things, not to note, and fixing things, and we always try to make it perfect. But sometimes it's too perfect and it becomes boring. So uh, it's our style basically. But especially for this album, we tried all this digital editing, and we tried our best to keep things as raw as possible. So and we try to make things sound old. So I think it sounds really authentic,
Yeah.
and it sounds very raw. But maybe for some people, compared to modern production, compared to current modern music, maybe it sounds a little, I don't know, not very polished. So we are we were worried about these things because some songs, some of our performance imperfect and sounds too raw. But it seems like many of our fans they are liking these songs, and we are very happy about the outcome of some songs. Maybe some songs not perfect, but most of the songs it turned out very good, very well, just like we intended.
Yeah.
Mm,
Beautiful, beautiful.
mm.
And you're also planning to give 50% of the proceeds from this album for the California wildfire victims who have suffered devastating 2 months of fire in California, and it's a great cause. I would say it's an amazing thing that you guys are doing. So I want to say thank you for your humanitarian work. So how this is how what was the reason behind you guys going and doing these things, and what made you to do these things?
Yeah, I think we had to do that, and we have to do that because we ourselves received so much support and help from people, from our fans and friends when we were, affected by the fire that happened in our apartment building. So uh, we wanted to pay it forward. Is that the right word? I mean, uh, because we received so much support and help, we also want to support these people affected by wildfire in Los Angeles. And this is our thank you album.
Yeah.
We made this album because we are thankful. This album is all about our thankfulness and gratefulness, and we want to give back to people. So, and this album is all, it's about the fire, coming back from the fire. So, and just we were just when we were going to release the album, that Los Angeles wildfire happened, and we were and it's something more than a coincidence, because this album is made in a style of 1980s California hard rock. Thinking about that, we were influenced by those hard rock bands from California back in 1980s, from 1980s, like Van Halen or Rat or Daken, or those classic 80s metal bands. They came out from California, and so it's something more than a coincidence. So we felt like we have to give this back to people in Los Angeles and the community people living in that region. We have to give back our thanks. So that's the reason.
Fantastic, hero. And you have also released a couple of videos from this album with Love for Love, Resurrection, Above and Below, Message from Above, and Love Wars. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the making of these videos?
Yes. So for our previous album, we were working with like professional cameraman, and he's a good friend of ours, and that cameraman was also he's also a Christian guy, and we worked on so many videos in the past, but this time we didn't really have time, and we chose to do things like DIY style, do-it-yourself style. So it's a indie band style, doing things, everything DIY. That's indie band style, and we like to do things that way because we are an indie band and we are proud. We are proud of it, doing everything independently. That's our style, and we are proud. So we made those videos like DIY style. And so it's all about message, and it's about showing who we are. Yeah, so I think, the first song on the album called Above and Below, that song is a very powerful, it's really powerful, hard punching, hard impact, heavy, and it's got a strong message of faith. And that video turned out really good. But for some songs, for the song Message from Above, we did this Japanese food tour. yeah, we tried so much local food in Osaka when we toured in the region because Osaka is very famous for street food. Very cheap, very good. It's like people's food. So we filmed like it was a really easy filming because we just snapped out our cell phone and smartphone and filming really easy filming, but just showing who we are, just showing how we are like in like behind the stage. I don't know, behind the scene. So during the tour, ate we ate Japanese food and filmed this scene a lot. And so yeah, that Japanese food tour video, I think it turned out really well, and it was fun. It was so much fun. Yeah. And for other song, Love Resurrection, that song is our favorite because it sounds like Van Halen from 1988 or something like that. But that Love Resurrection song, it's a really cool song. It's got a message of love, eternity, and faith. And for some reasons, we went to a beach where our Christian friends is doing their surfing ministry. Those people, their ministry is called Wave of Grace, and they are a group of surfers, I mean Christian surfers, and they are communicating, talk to people, offer, support to surfers and swimmers on the beach, and they also tell people about God, Jesus, and spreading gospel on the beach, and they are really awesome. They are really doing well on the beach, and really, really awesome people. And we visited them on the beach, Shonan Beach, Kanagawa Prefecture in Japan. There's a really beautiful region beach called Shonan, and for some reasons, Marie, the bassist, she decided to wear these bikini swimsuits, and yeah, wow, because I don't know what you think, but we are not very young anymore because we've been doing this for a long time. This band was basically formed officially back in 2004. So we've been doing this for a long time, and we are not that young anymore. But when Marie, when she decided to wear the swimsuits, bikini swimsuits, oh wow, she looks like in her 20s. Wow, she's like 23 or something. So we were amazed, and so we used that we featured her dancing in her bikini swimsuits. It's funny because like I said, we try to recreate this 80s metal vibe, and back in maybe back in 1980s, those beautiful girls in bikini swimsuits, that was really common common thing for music video, like Motley Crue or Rat or whatever, White Snake or whatever, in those hair metal music videos, you would see so many beautiful ladies. But it's funny because we are a Christian band and we are doing this as an indie band in this day and age. So we were not really sure featuring her dancing in her swimsuits. Maybe is this too much? We were kind of wondering. But considering her age and seeing her natural beauty. Oh, maybe this natural beauty, uh, God created women, and God created her, and that natural beauty is maybe, God's grace, God's miracle. So we decided to feature her, and yeah, I think it turned out really beautiful. Mm,
Fantastic, fantastic.
mm.
Speaking of the touring, are you planning for some big touring for 2025?
Uh, you know, in a in the past couple of years, past 2 years or 3 years, we were touring like really, really vigorously. Like we visited the United States 2 times, 2022 and 2024, and those tours were awesome. And we also toured frequently in Japan, and we visited so many local cities, local towns. But unfortunately, our drummer Shindu left the band last year October after the video shoot. Yeah, we are still friends, and he's helping us promoting the album. So we are still friends, but he's drumming for some other bands right now. So, but at this point, we are not really looking for a new drummer, and we decided to play concerts, play shows, just two of us, me and Mary, using tracks and stuff, because in Japan, in current Japan situation, music scene situation, uh, just two of us, this kind of style, maybe more effective and easier,
Yeah,
and maybe it's more effective than playing
yeah,
full band situation. So we decided to try this quicker, easier style with two of us, and that's what we do this year, 2025. And yeah, so far three shows. We have three shows booked in spring, and right now we are still in a preparing phase. So it takes some more time, but yeah. So but we definitely book some more shows, and plays more shows for this year. But we are still, trying, trying to see what we can do with two of us, and maybe in the future we will we will find a new drummer, and so maybe this year, maybe only in Japan, only in Japanese local shows. I don't know if any opportunities comes up. We are willing to tour in other countries like in the United States, or some other any place. I mean any place. But maybe for this year we are
begin to Japan.
trying some new things. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And you were with Slip Trick Records earlier, and now you have moved to Kitchen Knife Records. So, was there any particular reason for changing from Slip Trick Records?
Okay. The record company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great to work with them. They were basically heavy metal label based in Europe, Latvia. Uh, that was a cool experience, and at one point we were trying to tour in that region. I mean, uh, Eastern Europe. Uh, we were planning to tour in that region when we released the album Nabishima, our previous album Nabishima, back in 2021. We were planning the tour in Eastern Europe, but something happened later because the war broke up in Ukraine, and the plan went went away. That didn't happen. So that was one lost opportunity, and that was really unfortunate. And so yeah, it was a very good experience because we were always in the band and we were always doing things on our own independently. But now in this day and age, working with a record company, unless you are really established big band, working with a record company has merit and demerit, good things and bad things. And uh, so we decided maybe it's good to have a control. When you are in the band, you have a control over everything. Like I mean, not only for songwriting, but promotion and stuff, and music rights.
Mm.
And you will keep rights, and you have a control over everything. And we decided maybe it's more comfortable to have a control
Yeah.
over your music, and maybe that's one of the reasons we decided to release. We decided to go on our own again.
Fantastic, fantastic. And more than 20 years of making music with 19 albums so far. So how do you feel about this musical journey so far?
It's funny because yeah, we've been doing this for a long time, obviously, and I like how many albums did we make and how many albums did we release? And I don't know. I don't know how to count them because uh, this is an album and this is EP. I don't know. It has 6 songs. It has 7 songs. Can we call it album or? And we were just making music independently, and even before we have these outlets such as Spotify or iTunes,
Mm.
and we didn't have any commercial outlet, and we were just a local band, local indie band making music, and so back then no one knew about us, but we were still making music, and so it's not like those well-known established bands releasing album. So it it sounds really funny. Okay, this is our 19th album, and people get surprised. Wow, 19th! Wow, are you a legendary band or something like that? So it sounds really funny, and I think it's funny. But when you look at our catalog, music catalog, like everything we made in the past,
Mm.
yeah, it's an indie band music, but I think you will be amazed at all those music we made along the way, and I don't know how to explain, but it's a blessing. Uh, for some reasons, we could go on. Being in a band is tough, and being in a making music as an indie band is a tough thing. And uh, so I always say, okay, I want to quit music, like right now. So so if I make this thing, if we achieve this, okay, we will quit making music. But when we do one thing, some other thing comes up, and for some reasons we
Mm.
continued, and now we are here. We are still alive. We are still in the band,
Mm.
but I think more people are noticing. More people are discovering our music right now.
That's amazing.
So it's a blessing. Yeah. Yeah, we became a Christian band. We I discovered Jesus Christ back in December 2007, and right just after that, we decided to become a Christian band. And after that, we've been doing this for God. We decided to dedicate our music to Jesus Christ, and so it's all about God. It's all about Jesus. So it's not about being successful. It's not about fame or fortune or that kind of secular stuff. We don't really care. Uh, but we've been doing this, and we are still here, and uh, and so it's God's grace, and we are very thankful, happy, and we are very thankful for all the people who support us. Thank you very much. Maybe that's our feeling.
Fantastic. And finally, do you have any message for the Imari Tones fans around the world?
Uh, mm, yeah, maybe I just want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So let me say thank you very much in Japanese. It's like ありがとうございます。本当に感謝してます。皆さん、本当にサポートしていただいて、応援していただいて、感謝してます。Thank you, Jesus. ありがとうございます。
Beautiful, beautiful. And Takahiro, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. And real pleasure to listen to your album, Coming Back Alive, a fantastic album. And I know there has been a huge amount of followers for Imari Tones, and I think a lot of new people will come fall and love your music and the message that you are spreading through your music for Jesus Christ and for Christianity. So I wish you all the best and for all your works that you're doing around the missionary works and all the best to you and to Mary. And I'm really hoping we can meet someday.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can meet someday. I hope so.
Take care, Takahiro, and you have a great evening out there. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.